I'm Jennifer Thomas with AltonMo. I'm here with our new superintendent.
Holly Reese.
And here's an interview so everyone can find out about what her plans are. Okay. As Alton has many newcomers in the area, can you please give a brief history of yourself, how you came to this position, all about you?
Yes, I will. I've been an Alton resident my entire life. So I started here in kindergarten and graduated in 1997. And I actually started here in 1999 as a para for an autistic student. So I worked my way through college as a para, and then I was a Title I para, and then of course knew I wanted to go into the profession of education, and I taught in the classroom for 8 years. And then I had the opportunity to move to central office in my prior position, which was coordinator of special programs, and worked closely with the superintendent for the last 14 years. And I've had my degree in, my specialist degree in superintendency, and never really thought that this was where I wanted to land. But I'm glad I took it on. My family encouraged me to step over, and that's how I ended up here.
Okay, this wasn't here, but this was a follow-up question.
Sure.
So do you prefer being up here in the offices instead of in the actual classroom setting?
That's a great question. When I first moved up here, I was just devastated because I did miss the students and I missed being down there with them. But with my prior position and with this one, we can go in and observe in the classrooms and be around them. But I do miss having what I would always call my own students, because you can make that special connection. Yeah.
I bet. Okay, it's a new school year and we just started. What are some of your goals? Where do you want to be at the end of the school year?
Well, we have actually 34 new employees. So our staff it's the biggest in the 14 years that I was up here. It's the biggest turnover that I've ever seen. So we have a staff of about 125, and we had 34 new employees, 20 of those being teachers. So a lot of uncertainties with everyone, lots of new positions in administration, lots of newcomers, and so my goal really for this first year is just to see growth. We're all in a new playing field, most of us are. I know a lot of our employees are nervous because we've had turnover in administration and turnover in some of the teaching positions, but my goal this year is just so that we can see growth with the staff, including myself with the admin. We want to see growth and growth with our student performance, and so we're really going to focus on that, and we're going to focus, I know it seems very cliche to say we're going to focus on positivity, but I've really been hitting that hard with our employees because it's easy to get down and worry and think about all of this change and just to get wrapped up in that. And so I've really been focusing that, the positivity is contagious and it affects our students as well. So if our staff is worried and constantly, thinking negatively, then that affects our students and their performance. And that's why we're here, is for our students and how that they can perform and be prepared. So,
well said. Positivity is important, and when you have so many new people in charge
Yes.
who aren't sure which way to go, quite
Right.
frankly, how can they give confidence to the new students who don't know
Exactly.
which way to go? I could just imagine.
And we've tried to create be very transparent with our newcomers as well, and even those that have been here for a while, because they've had to experience the change over the years. To just say, we're all new, we're all learning, and just to let them know that we don't expect perfection and that we're going to make mistakes, but that we just need to all come together as a family and just focus on positive and focus on growth.
With a fourth of the school people in charge as a turnover, that is just like humongous. It's just
It is, yes. It was
astonishing.
It was. All of our administration but one is new, and we have 5 on our staff, but I will tell you that they are an amazing team. They have come together and worked with me very well, and just if I didn't have the team that I have, I mean, it's all on them. They're the ones down there in the trenches with the teachers, with the students, and they are phenomenal and makes my job a lot easier knowing that their expectations are top notch, and then that just pulls everybody up. So, you know, their expectations are it starts with administration. And if our expectations aren't high, then the student or the staff doesn't have good expectations, and same with the students. So we're really focusing on that, and we have a great team down there.
That is good. That is good. What are some of your biggest hurdles to overcome?
I feel like it kind of falls back on what I said before, is the fact that we have so much turnover and just building trust, because our staff, you know, they are worried, and they have you know, we've had one teacher even said to me, you know, it's her third year, or she had actually posted something on Facebook that said, you know, this is my third year and I've had a new superintendent every year. And that was very eye-opening to me, you know, how this affects our teaching staff as well. And so I think that will be the biggest hurdle, is to build their confidence in me and let them know that I am here to support them, and that I am here, you know, until I retire. I've been here my whole career, but I think that will be, and to make the community understand that, you know, my best interest is the students, and they're not always going to agree with my decisions, but I always try to back those by policy, and that's going to be convincing the community that I can do the job. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. That is, I think, the biggest thing, because the community has watched you grow up, so to speak. You know, can you do the job? So many people, on the other hand, know that you have grown up in the community, and you're not going to throw anything out
Right.
that is going to be far left or far right.
No.
You live here. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not going to do something that you wouldn't want
Yeah, right.
done for you.
Well, and I have my own, my oldest daughter has graduated from here. I have a daughter in high school that attends here. My nephew attends here. And even if they didn't, I still love every single one of the students. And so I want what's best for the students. And, you know, my daughter doesn't even always agree with some of the changes that we made. She's like, Mom, why did you guys do that? I'm like, you're just going to follow it.
That's right. But you also, I mean, you live here. Like I said, it's your home. You
It
go
is.
to Harps, okay? You go to the gas station.
Yes.
You know, you have an interest in how these kids are going to turn out.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
Yes, you have high hopes, but there's that realistic, we're in Alton. I have high hopes. Here we are, okay?
Yes.
Okay. I know this has come up. What is your take on school finances? Some are excited at the band.
Yes.
Shop ideas. I mean, very excited band. We
Yes.
hear that a lot. However, taxes have been rising a lot the last several years. We know that. Some funds, we know from the school budget, came from COVID funds.
Correct.
Some of them came from grants. So they're looking at you. All right.
Yes, exactly.
What are you going to do?
Well, we do have the ESSER funds, is what they are, with their COVID money. And a lot of that was put into teacher salary, and so that can handle the addition of the band teacher, for example, and the addition of the salary for the welding program we went ahead and did. We had talked about auto mechanics, but couldn't find a person to handle that. And so while our fund balances look really nice and really high, you know, I'm very conscientious of the fact that, okay, this looks great, but it's not real. And all of the superintendents, the county superintendents, we meet often and talk about those things together. So we have a really good team with them as well. And it's not realistic what you see in the fund balances, but I do feel that we can handle anything that comes through. There are grants that will continue to come through, career and technical education, which helps with our welding program, and it has helped with the finances. They offer what are called 50-50 grants, and so we only have to pay 50% of it, and the Department of Education pays 50% of it. So we've been getting funding through that, and those things are always there, no matter COVID or not. There's a lot of things with career and technical ed that they offer opportunities for us to build those programs. So I'm really excited about the welding. We've got most of our equipment coming in. We'd love for you guys to come back and visit that and just do a piece on our welding program. I think Mr. Wheeler is going to do some amazing things. We're going to do competitive
haven't.
welding. Well, we're up and going right now. Or
Okay.
we're not fully operational, I shouldn't say. We have to do some rewiring, and
Okay.
so that we can handle all of the welders. But we have all of the equipment is almost here, and they're working through their safety modules right now.
Okay.
So he will be doing competition with these students and helping them be able to just step right into the workforce. So I think
That'd be
that's
great.
huge. With
So I'm
especially,
thinking like in a month, you think we'd come back and
Yeah.
interview, or like, okay,
yeah, just check with me, and
Okay.
I think that would be great. He worked at a
he's
career.
our neighbor, okay?
Oh, okay, great, great.
So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, he won't be any problem. So
Yes. Yeah.
we're excited about that. Okay. Okay. It's coming out in like California and in Georgia, I heard too, mask wearing. Okay. Now, it was a big thing here, mask wearing. And there were parents that would take their kids out because they don't want the mask
Oh,
wearing because
yes.
it is inhibiting. And then had to put them back in again, but then you have to test them again, and it's just a hassle. Okay. What's Alton going to do?
Right now, we are not doing anything. So, I mean, we're just business as usual. You know, in the media, it's coming out that there's going to be an uptick again in COVID, and it's going to come back around. But right now, it's just business as usual. And if it comes to that point, since we are a public school, we will have to follow the CDC guidelines as we did before. And so we'll follow that protocol. But hopefully we don't have to go through all of that again. I know I obviously wasn't the superintendent then, but working alongside Dr. Allen at the time, it was very stressful for everyone, all of those decisions. But
Now, who has the higher decision? Because, like the CDC, if they say close down the schools because it's supposedly so bad, but like I don't think it was Ashcroft, maybe Schmidt or Bailey.
yes, I remember that time with the masking, that it was
Yeah.
optional for the schools. At one point, it came to
Yeah.
that with Alton, and I believe
Yeah.
our school board met at that
Okay.
point. You know, our school board will meet and make that formal decision
Okay.
if given that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure how that
Yes.
all worked.
That's how we did it last time anyway. I don't know if things would change, you know, when it comes, or if it comes around again.
Right. And you know, we always have the flu season. And usually
Yeah.
the school does close for the flu. I mean, it's not a big deal,
No.
okay? But to put the masks on
Yeah.
and how hindering it was. You think of the little kids and
It was tiring.
speech developments and even older kids, you have to yell your answer, and that just,
Or people that tend to read lips more than,
Yes,
you know, to
yes.
help them. Yeah.
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 Just
I
in
just pray that
educational
we don't have to go down that
yeah.
road again.
In an educational setting, I consider failure. Okay, anything else you want to tell the public?
I can't think of anything at this moment, but I appreciate you guys interviewing me, and feel free to come back anytime.
You have high reviews from a lot of people. I want
Well,
you to know
that's
the
nice to
support's
hear.
there.
It's nice to hear.
Even though they don't come to you personally, you know,
Yeah.
they're backing you out there in the public.
That's nice to hear. I hope it continues.